There we go, there we go, there we go. You know, it's Friday before the Sabbath. And Rainbow Dragon rocks on a roll of 24/7. For the butchers and the bakers and the nurses and the doctors. And the electricians and the plumbers. How about those truckers and the firefighters? On those steps, special march, we decided to change a little bit of the trajectory and elongated the march via the bridge where we saw the sunset, as of course it is sunset to midnight. I think I left, it was about 4:45. I'm gonna get back by midnight, so we're gonna clock in like minimum 6 hours, and between 6 and 7 here in Montreal, Hakal, marching yours truly to the mountain via a different route from Westmount, right about, already put in about 2 hours, and it's not that cold, it's supposed to drop, but there's lots of snow at 7 p.m. It's 7:18 EST, so the operation around Montreal, Hakal and HAWK, Hawk, begins now, I guess. 7 p.m., so I'm going to be doing a little LOV, solidarity with the public workers, and I see here's already got some good, you know. My eye. My eye's fine now, it just was a piece of dirt, a piece of dust, piece of maybe a little bit of something from the above, below, around about. Anyways, eye's fine now. Got my optometrist vision on the check for March, so marching now for March, marching. Always grateful, thankful at the beginning commencing. Grateful, thankful my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and encouraging all the workout, training, exercise. Working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be my medicine and therapy of choice. And we're going by Westmount, by Sunnyside. Look at this snow. Lots of snow actually here, so it's gonna have to be a big snow removal operation. I guess if it starts at 7 p.m., it's gonna go on for a few hours and continue tomorrow. And Sunday we're gonna get a new one because it's gonna be a double trouble storm order century. So another, I think we got 44 centimeters, 44. I'm gonna get more than 40 again maybe. So it's gonna be on the go. See, we're already on the mountain that's far away, and sometimes I film by that side and I point towards the mountain where we are now. Westmount, one of the 3 peaks of Mount Royal property. Triple peak mountain system. Salutations to the truckers, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors, the grocery store clerks, and I gotta watch some of those steps because, you know, sometimes we got black eyes. And grateful, thankful my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee. Although financially stressed, open for business, pledge your allegiance, dollar family, although pledge your allegiance, dollar family. Got a little bit of that backpack. Oh, thank you for the donation. Got some, I think it was some little, like, little biscuits, a few bags, and got a little bit of kind of something sweet, semi-sweet, apple puree in those tiny ones. So I got a little bit of food in the backpack. Gonna enjoy it once I go back, once I arrive back. It is 14th of February, full moon special edition, full moon march. Sabbath begins at midnight. Friday was actually Saturday, right by a few seconds. Post midnight, it's Saturday, early Saturday. When the clock strikes midnight is the transition from Friday night to Saturday. So that's basically when the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom begins, and of course it lasts until Sunday sunset. So almost 45 hours here from West Mountain, Sunnyside. You can't see that well, but you see that we can see how steep, because we're at top of the mountain, but it even goes further up a little bit further up. If I can situate the personnel here to see how the situation goes. See, I'm gonna go on the other side just so a bit. See, so here we're on top of the mountain, 3-peak mountain system known as Mount Royal. This is Westmount, Mount Royal proper, and Outremont. So the mountain system has 3 peaks. You can see here, sometimes I pass by that side, and sometimes you see me over there for miles and miles away. So there, when I pass by that side, by the side there, the Belvedere, or by the river, that's far away. That's very far away. That's miles and miles away, actually. It just seems, the distance, of course, depends on how you calculate the distance. But it can be on the distance calculations, you know. Because the distance, sometimes it could be mistaken, you know. Because by the eyes, you can say, well, that doesn't seem so far away. But it's definitely some miles. You know, see? That's what it is with that, that's what it is with that. And that's what it is, you know. So that's what it is, you know. So that's what it is with that, you know. So that's what it is, see? That's where we are sometimes. Over there, and that's when you're gonna go get it on the go and going on the rock and roll, man. So see, now it still goes up. So it's ascending here. So this triple peak, 3 mountains. It's 1 mountain, but it's 3 peaks. So West Mount proper, Outremont, or whatever they have you. So that's what it is, you know. And that's what it is. So there we go. See? You don't see the river really, but we're surrounded by a river, right? Big river. 2.5 million people, metropolis population. And, all this power is from Hydro-Quebec. So all the electricity you see is actually does not pollute. All comes from water. The water. Not the water directly, of course, but dams. So we got dams who power all this electricity, you know. Down all of it. It's kind of clean. It's all clean. Clean energy, clean renewable energy. And that's what it is with that. And that's what it is with that, you know. So that's what it is. And here we is on the mountain, you know. So that's what it is with that. And that's what it is, you know. So yes. Oh yeah, see, that was Ascension, and that's what it is with that, man. Super excited, in a good mood, financially stressed, but in a good mood, you know. Financially stressed, but in a good mood, you know. So here we made it, and now we're going to the first peak, Mount Royal proper, and that's where we're headed. So you see, I got a backpack auctioning everything that I'm wearing for $1 million, $1 million. All the each item, not all, everything. The underwear, the hoodie. Some items bought secondhand, you know. Some items I purchased secondhand, you know. But that's what it is. And now you can see a little bit better. We're gonna get on the vision once again. I wanna continue recall, re-say, redo, repose. My gratitude, grateful, thankful. Rent's paid, electricity bills paid, you know. Got food, got coffee, and got some romaine lettuce. It was on special, so I said I'm gonna have to grab and romaine lettuce. It was reduced half price, and it's USA produced, not the tariffs are not in yet, you know. That's my rock and roll song, and of course I'm gonna switch it a bit now. See better, see, that's Orion, so that's Scorpio there. See, you can't see that well, but that is where Scorpio is adjacent, quite opposite from Orion. Scorpio's not that visible yet, maybe later there you go. Now we have a little bit of peak, and look at the pyramid, the city, the pyramid, and that's what it is with that. So that's what we gotta get doing. See, now you gotta see the beauty of the city, and that's what it is with that, and that's what it is, you know. We gotta get that rock and roll, so, oh yeah. Now you can see it far off, see, but now you see the pyramid there, it's red. My favorite pyramid. It's not my favorite pyramid, but it's the favorite skyscraper, so here you can see a bit better, see, where we are at the Belvedere here, so you can see, sometimes we're there, really far off, right, really far off. So sometimes we're on that side there, sometimes we're on that side there, sometimes we're on that side there, for kilometers mile away, and I'm pointing the camera here. So now you can see how further down it goes, and here we're up. The lights are not that visible because of the blurriness, but the camera is not that good, but that's what it is, see? So you can kind of see how it goes steep, you know? So from here to the river, it's a few miles. Estimate about 3.5 miles, 5 miles, 6, maybe even 7 miles. Maybe kilometers. 7 or maybe not 7 miles, but 7 kilometers. Got to double check with Google, you know, there's a precise number. Because mathematically, of course, the numbers can be precise from here to there. By the meter, by the inch, of course, gonna go diagonal a little bit on that calculation, on that geometry, and that's what it is with that. And that's how we're gonna go get it, you know. So that's what it is, you know. So just gonna keep on going through Mount Royal, Belvedere, West Mount Belvedere, on West Mount here, passing through Belvedere, going of course all the way to Conjurac and getting on that go, you know. So that's what it is with that. So always feel good, always gotta say my gratitude again, you know. Grateful, thankful, rent paid, electricity bills paid, encouraging all to work out, train, exercise. My only stress now is financial, only like illness now this past year has been financial, only economic financial stress, and got $10,000 in debt, and I'm gonna have spent $3.93 for 3 pieces of romaine lettuce made in the USA. The tariffs are not in yet, you know. There's no tariffs yet officially, I gotta say, you know. So as a Quebecer Canadian who was born in the USA 3 times, once as a woman, twice as a man, served in the same United States Army, served in the same United States Army, in different past lives, different incarnations, in the same US Army, 156 years apart, the same army, 156 years apart, serving the same army. Here we are on the go, and there we got on the now, on the do. For the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors, the cleaning workers, gotta give some of those salutations a little bit, you know, to the cleaning workers. Firefighters, LOVE to the firefighters. Strippers, please give the truckers a discount. The truckers a little bit of discount. If they pit stop a little bit. Prices increasing, credit cards. I don't have credit cards myself. I got credit line, $10,000 in debt, but we know the deal. People know the deal. Most of the people, most, not all, of course. Generalizing like that is a no-no. Hey, hello. Stop posting. We know. We know credit cards are maxed out. We know you're posting. Credit cards are maxed out, man. Paying interest to the bank. Stop tripping. Pledge your allegiance to our family. Pledge your allegiance to our family. Pledge your allegiance to our family. Friends with benefits only. Keep my holy sacred name out of your mouth. It's not for a blessing. Farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, electricians, plumbers. Those who change some diapers in the daycares. Daycare workers. Postal workers. Those who are making some pizza, some cheeseburgers, hamburgers. Some cheeseburgers. Some hamburgers. Some of those good meals across the North American Collective. North Americans Unite. Democratic Republic, the dream. My dream, the dancing goddess and her dragon kingdom, is fundamentally a call for a public-private partnership across the collective North American civilizational complex across North America. That's what it is, and that's what it is now as I go on the steps. Rock and roll as I go with you at the stars counter. Thank you to those who did already some good snow removal. I did a lot of shoveling myself. Yesterday a few times, today a little one, but last night a little one, this morning again, afternoon. So shovel myself, and you know, I don't mind winter. I am 4 seasons, you know, celebrating 5 years until March, first week of March. Celebrating 5 years since I survived COVID. I had it at the first week of February. Between February 7th, even 7th, between like February 7th and March 7th. So kind of the first week, beginning of the second week of February until about the second week of March. I started feeling really sick. Started coughing, fever, sneezing, tiredness, and I started getting sick. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. He was like death, pestilence, and disease. I know when I say it was like death, pestilence, and disease, it kind of sounds like a hardcore death trash metal song, but that's really what it felt like, and that's how I felt like. So I got triple vaccinated, but I thought I was gonna die, really. I thought that was it for me. To be honest, I said, that's it. And I survived it. I created my surviving COVID, surviving being depressed, being suicidal, being all sorts of being attacked by surprise, being attacked by surprise, being attacked by surprise, being attacked by surprise, so that's what it is, attacked by surprise. And I hit my head and had a dislocated right arm. Went to the Jewish General Hospital in Montreal, Hawk Island, and I was put on some meds, and I just have retrograde amnesia, loss of memory remember moving. I just have flashes of being attacked like several times and trauma and night in Montreal and all sorts of trauma and whatever happened. So that's what I live with, and I survived. And what mostly matters for me is the past 7 years, and especially when I gotta take a moment to gotta salute, hey, gotta take a moment and salute the fellow there who's jogging. This is a salutation, and hello VA, watch the car, watch it, buddy, somebody's jogging. Slow down, slow your ass down. My citizen safe, yeah. It's good to wear some flash, It's good to wear some flash, Citizen, the service and protection, I prefer seeing that dude who saluted me and jogged making some good LOV tonight. LOV, make double love for me, I make love in my name. LOVE, Nobody making love tonight. Who that general in the free world? Who's that general in the free world? Donald Trump sent your best general. You first, Dragon versus Trump. Because I know somebody making LOV across the United States now. Somebody was born in the USA 3 times. Twice. Once a man, once as a woman, you get that 50-50 now. Adrian, Hannah, Dragon, rebirthing, died of COVID. Keep my holy, take the name out of your mouth. If it's not for blessing, otherwise let it be pestilence. Thanks for understanding. Rock and roll 24/7. Welcome to the free world. True North, strong and free. Asperger's. A little bit on the weird side. Pledge your allegiance to our family. Rock and roll 24/7. I see that person who jogged getting some good LOV, some good loving. Wanna make LOV with me? Black, white, man, and woman. Black, white, and rainbow. I'm gonna card your ass though, I'm gonna card your ass, so gonna pull that card. Gotta get that 18 plus. Although Quebec is more 16 plus, but I'm gonna go by the 18 plus rule, Making North Americans unite. Different states, different rules. I don't know about that 51 state, but I do believe in the North American Union. We don't need the border. Focus coast to coast, ocean to ocean. Focus coast to coast, ocean to ocean. Coast to coast, ocean to ocean. And coast to coast, ocean to ocean, coast to coast, ocean to ocean, coast to coast, ocean to ocean. So that's what we gotta be doing, So I know somebody's making some good loving. Reacquainted love, old love, new love, young love. that gives me some good hope, you know. Just before I I started on my march, and we gotta get it on the go, and that's what we gotta get on the do, you know. So it's something which we gotta be LOV, and somebody was holding hands, and I watched as they crossed the street because they were running because the bus was coming and they didn't want to miss the bus, and I started pointing with my finger towards the car's coming, and I said, kind of nodded with the head, and you know, they were both running and getting close, and I say, watch it for the car, you know. So that's what it is with that, and that's what it is with that, and that's what we gotta get doing, you know. So it's something which we gotta be meditating about, and that's what we gotta do, you know. So anyways, grateful, thankful, rent's paid, electricity bills paid, financially stressed, and it ain't all about the money. Give some charity, Wall Street, finance the firefighters, public workers who pick up the garbage, the compost, the recycling, finance them a good massage therapy session, you know. I could use a good massage therapy session, you know. But I'm just gonna take a bath instead, you know. Just gonna take a bath, long bath this weekend, full moon until tomorrow, 8:53 a.m. EST. Full moon until 8:53 EST. Full moon till 8:53 EST tomorrow. So still on that full moon journey. That's the barracks, Canadian Armed Forces. Some rock and roll for our men and women, whoever else identifies yours truly, androgynous, aspie, artist, athlete, philosopher, independent, geopolitical, theoretical, honest, and theorist, and mystic. Salutations coast to coast to our Canadian Armed Forces. Time to get that North American Union. My brothers and sisters, the king is absent. The king is absent. King Charles is not going to come fight for my fellow family, 44 million plus Canadians, and all who come to join us here in the True North, strong and free. We got to add some LOV to that, strength and freedom, because freedom and strength ain't enough, eh? Got to have some other characteristics and qualities, and sometimes I'm mediocre, average, and so some things being neurodivergent myself, some things I don't know, but I got some joy when I see people making out, kissing, and loving and sharing, and some good deeds, you know, some good deeds. Gotta balance, I guess, the scales, you know, gotta get some redemption, and King Charles is not gonna come fight for it. My fellow citizen bus driver here, and my fellow citizen bus drivers, you know, it's gonna be us with as much as I don't agree with Donald Trump, and I don't know about that 51st state. I believe in the common passport, common currency, common defense, security, and more integration as possible. And the king is absent. It's time for the Republic, Democratic Republic, North America. Please pledge your allegiance, allegiance. And sometimes this is all we need is a public-private partnership. All my protocols, initiatives, and theories are fundamentally for a public-private partnership across the collective North American civilizational complex. And the king is absent. The king is not gonna come fight for us in case of a multi-million soldier armies from the east or from the west, or a multi-nation military alliance with potentially or invade Canada, you know. As we made with our decisions, military supplies, potential enemies, you know, nation states, and which are powerful and nuclear armed and capable. As we have seen, you know, recently that China built bigger than 10 times, or supposedly 10 times 11, something like that, bigger than the Pentagon, a huge military complex. Here we got 3 mountains. Let's build here, round about these 3 mountains, and around the island of Montreal, and other places. A great integrated North American citizen integrated security service defense force, aka Dragon Army. 300 helicopters, 300 cars, 300 helicopters, 300 cars, 300 helicopters, 300 cars, 300 helicopters, 300 choppers, based on my total mobile defense theory. Total mobile defense theory system, TM, total, TT, total, MM, mobile, DD, defense. theory system, my total TD, or my TM, total mobile, TM, total mobile defense theory system, TMD, TMDT or TMDTS, four-letter acronym or 5. That is the barracks. Need to paint a little bit of color, and needs to be enlarged 11-fold. Needs to be enlarged 11-fold. We can build around about the mountain. Citizen integrated security service and defense force for my protocols, coast to coast, ocean to ocean for defense. Security service only. My march has already marched today more than the generals of NATO combined. Already putting more marching steps now from my place to here, because I went into the snake. I went west. If I would have went straight here, it would have been 13.3, 13.4 kilometers, But since I went in a snake, that's added a little bit more kilometers, and I gotta give a little bit of LOV to my fellow citizen there. Lights, lying down on the body's best. Gotta give some salutations on a cold night like this. in between snowstorms. Good for you. Congratulations. Applause. I'm gonna cheer that fellow and the other one who jogged before. You're among the few. Dragon army calling all willingly loving. Pledge your allegiance to our family, and gonna get that DRT, debt refusion theory, which is my theory, of course, which is my theory for the implementation. And of course it has to be implemented due to the fact that we now pay 46, we paid last year 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest, 46.5 billion in interest. So there's a huge amount on the public debt, and I'm making a reference to my debt refusion theory and to the fact that we paid so much on the public debt. We paid so much on the public debt. We paid so much on the public debt. That is so much. We paid so much. And it has more than doubled in 3 years. In 3 years, it has more than doubled. So I'm gonna come to the DRT in a bit, but now I'm gonna say my gratitude again. Grateful, thankful. My rent's paid and electricity bill's paid, and got food and coffee, and that's what it is with that. And here, give a shout out again to Hydro-Quebec. Because of the past, present, future, those lights for my security and my security to be in liberty and my liberty to be secured. And I'm doing this work as a YouTuber. We got an Asperger's, aka HFA, so I have certain characteristics which make me and many Aspies less able in certain social circumstances, and being neurodivergent, still put in work, already marched more than the generals of NATO during COVID, already marched more than the generals of NATO during COVID. And paradoxically at night I see from afar better, and I see the stars, Orion. So that means to my right side, my right arm in the sky is Orion. To my right side, right arm. That means to my left is the Scorpio. And if I turn to go the other way, to my right arm is Scorpio, and to my left is Orion. See a little bit of spatial geometry, like, in a full rotation, being 360, which is a circle, and here's a circle of consecrated Horus, for the 93 gang, 93 nation, Mount Royal here. So now I crossed from one mountain peak to the other one, and there you can see part of it is the other one, Outremont. So the mountain system, Mount Royal, has three peaks. Mount Royal, the whole mountain complex is called, and it has three peaks. High elevated mountain, hard rock formation, hard rock mountain, and of course it can be seen afar off from even outside of Montreal, hundreds of kilometers away from, maybe not hundreds, but from many kilometers away, from many, more than 44 for sure, more than 44, roundabout, more than 44 for sure. And we're an island here, big metropolis, 2.5 million people island is a metropolis, you know. It's a metropolis island. Here you can come for some skiing. If you want some skiing and you have some of that skiing or snow. See, they already put on this skiing there. You can go ski, and you can go ski, or you can go sled. I guess we can go around the bow, see a little bit of that skiing, how it goes, because we can go by this side now, because it's being cleared. And I love coming here to the mountain, you know. So this is like in my second home, you know. I'm just gonna get a little bit of that hydration, and super important because I'm a bit parched, so gotta get a little bit of hydration. But nonetheless, it's on the go, so it's something which we gotta go on the do, man. So here we gotta get it on that French, you know, on that French side, and we gotta get it on the now. So he's gonna get it on the do, and he's gotta get it on the XYZ. So here we go. So just gotta be careful here, you know. Just got on the step. So just gonna go hydration and go to the top. I'm just gonna open the door a bit on the prudent side, you know, because gotta get on the go, man. Here you get a little bit of hockey history, man. If you're into hockey, see, this skates Jean Béliveau when he marked 500 goals. So these are the skates here. If you're into hockey history, Jean Béliveau from his it says here in French, 500 goal. French, 11th of February 1971, 11th of February. Février in French is February, 11th of February 1971. So these are Jean Béliveau's skates. So this is a piece of hockey history. If you're into Canadian Habs hockey history there. But that's just, it's a long time ago, you know, 1971. So that's what it is. Imagine just to have this, all that was built underneath, you know, the feature of engineering underneath the sewers, all this, to have this water here. You know, this is privilege, all this civilization, you know. All this civilization is a privilege, you know. I can only imagine how it was done to have this water hundreds of kilometers underneath the sewers here, you know. So keep in mind,